Make sure I turn that fan on so it's not loud in the background, okay? Let's talk about Queen Sugar really quick, okay? Now, I am a little angry at Ralph Angel right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are not happy with Ralph Angel. Now, he has a baby on the way with Darla. Okay? The math is not mathing, as you guys say. Okay? The farm has not been bringing no coins in to pay off everything else. In fact, the soil was tampered with the Landry family, so honestly, that puts them back even further. Even though Darla told Ralph Angel they can use the money that her parents saved for her college tuition. Education. Whatever. Ralph Angel don't want to do this. Oh, for me, no, I'm a man. You're a man, but you're deciding to take a stupid path down a dumb road with a baby on the way and a son off at school because you don't want to admit, I can't handle all of this. He shouldn't have no help from his in-laws. It's his responsibility to make things happen when pressure is going on. Come on, man. So Ralph Angel, he got with his friend Theo to load some items into a truck and dropped them off. Ralph Angel didn't want to know everything because he was worried that, it was something bad and he didn't want to be involved. And the situation is crazy. It also gets intense for Nova and for Hollywood. I'm frustrated because Ralph Angel has been doing a really good job by keeping himself out of trouble. And then you see the preview where Hollywood says, yo, you got a problem. Your boy Tio was arrested. He said, this is not going to blow back on you, is it? Well, of course, Ralph Angel has to have those tough conversations with Darla. He said, I lied to you. But where I was. Darla was like, is this what's going to be like? I'm going to be in fear all of the time? Hollywood will have to have his own horrible conversation because, see, I told you guys, Aunt Vi helping support Celine with everything. She even has a divorce starting with her abusive husband because of Aunt Vi. Now Hollywood has been, looking out for the little man, and there's a void there. A void for Hollywood because he doesn't want children. Even though he's told Vi, I'm good. But he sees a void in this young man's life and he wants to be there for him. But I said, for some reason when I saw Aunt Vi looking at Hollywood and looking at all of them hang out together, I said, this is a recipe for disaster. Now, I didn't know what that would entail. But when everybody was looking at them, I was like, okay, Aunt Vi's looking because she always feels like because she cannot give him any children, that she feels less than, or she feels like she is deprived of him of something. Okay? Yeah, it's the morning for me right now, so anyway, it's just hard for me to say this part. Okay. So now all of a sudden Celine wants a piece of Hollywood? It's so wonderful that my baby has a good man like you. I wish I did too. I'm going to tell you something. This happens in real life. A woman that sees a good man, and she may not be necessarily an evil person. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she does wish she had that. And she probably does see this. My son bonds very well with him. They don't have any kids. She is an older woman. I could just come in and take him. So, Nova takes some time from off of work, but the police bust down her doors and begin looking at her place. Put her in handcuffs as Dominique looks. Now, I'm going to say something. Now, this is a side note. My mama told me she thinks Dominique is the reason why that Nova's going through what she's going through. Now, it's really strange that he pops up all the time. Now, at first I was like, okay, if a guy likes a woman, would he do all of that? Would he come stop by, like that, constantly the way he does? And even with the woman that, oh no, that's not my girl, that's my sister. I remember I first looked at her and I was like, I'm not from Louisiana. People sometimes the tone is different. But even still, I was side-eyeing it. The way he was constantly getting close to her so quickly, I did find it a bit strange. Especially when she has police people looking at her. At this moment, I wouldn't be getting close to anybody except it was my brother, my sister, and my nephew or whoever. Or my uncle. I would not be close to anybody. Like, right now it's not a good time. I'm going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? It makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. The whole situation with Queen Sugar makes no sense because Ralph Angel brought this on himself. You chose to go with Theo because you are worried about money. And I understand being worried about money. Then they're finding out the bones are like 1,000 years old. So the dad had nothing to do with it. But the question is, so whose bones are they? And where do they come from? So that's a story with that too. But right now they're so worried about the farm and losing the farm because right now Landry is sitting back quietly and is ruining that farm, putting stuff in the soil. Like, Lord have mercy. Ralph Angel can't even have his farm without worrying about somebody putting something in the soil to ruin the farm that his dad left him. Nova is battling with the police. She doesn't know who to trust. Not only that, Mike is dealing with his own stuff. Okay, his friend that he's hanging out with. Now, I'm not going to assume, because I would never out anybody or anything, but I had a feeling, by the way, that he was looking at Micah, that he may like Micah. Nothing wrong with it. But I don't think Micah, well, I don't know. Honestly, that never has been brought up on a TV show before. But let's say for sake that no, he's not into guys. Again, nothing wrong with that as well. But he does look at him like his friend. Should his friend divulge to him that he's into him? I don't know. The dorm seems to know because I can just tell by the low-key shade. Gave him a hug in public, which, again, nothing is wrong with that. Mike has been going through a lot. So he gave him a hug. And then his friends, people in the dorm were looking, and they're making jokes. Now, I felt like that the reason why maybe his friend should have told him that he was into him or into dudes is because you want to let somebody know what's going on, let them know the big picture, and they make their decision what they want. Now, if a guy and a girl are hanging out and he likes her, she likes him, I feel the same exact way. It gets messy when you don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? It's happened with couples. They're hanging out and all of a sudden there's rumors spreading that they're doing something because they are getting close. Especially when the girl is in love with the guy. It's stuff that's happened. I just say tell it. Just tell it. I'm not necessarily saying you should out yourself, but you're attracted to somebody else. You should be able to say how you feel about somebody. Okay? Them making fun of him is trash. They shouldn't be doing any of that stuff. In the preview that I see, they're playing spades. And he starts making little jokes about Brokeback Mountain. I'm like, and then he dragged him for filth, which was everything. He deserved it. But Michael's going to probably question, like, why are they even saying this? What's going on? What is it I don't know? And why didn't you tell me? So it's going to be I think it might be a sticky situation. Michael's going through he still is traumatized by that whole thing with the police, the sheriff and all that. So he's going through his own stuff right now. He's also worried about his mom and dad because they're trying to get back together. That's a thing. Because she is stressed out by the whole thing with Davis. She's also worried about the farm. She's worried about her family. She's stressing about her career. Once again, she's stressing herself out as Charlie always does. But honestly, Aunt Vi and Billy will eventually have that discussion where everything will be told. The whole truth and nothing but. She needs to know that her ex was a gross creeper. And that she did not have an affair with him. Her husband was just a disgusting guy. that tried to be with a young girl and went told the entire town that they had done something when they did not. She was a young 17-year-old girl and was too scared to express herself and say, look, this is not true. Darla is going to be very angry about this because if Theo got in trouble, who do you think he's going to say helped him? As much as Theo said, you know, we don't have nobody. I've known you since pacifiers. That means nothing. Have you ever thought about the fact that Theo doesn't have what you have? You have a family, a baby on the way. It will make him feel better if he gets you caught up. You go to jail again and lose all of that because why? He doesn't have any of that. And maybe this whole time, your boy Theo has been jealous of what you've always had between your farm, your family, this entire time. So maybe Hollywood looking at him funny when he first came to the shop, to the spot, was true. Now Hollywood got to go back and tell Aunt Vi that she tried to kiss him. That's gonna crush her. It really is. It's gonna, and I hope it doesn't make her question everything, because it's like, okay, there is this younger lady than me. She has a child. It would be perfect for you to go over there, even though I know Hollywood does not want her. He wants Aunt Vi. If he can have it his way, he would have the boy and Aunt Vi. But there's no way in the world he wants her. Okay? I do like how Billy is getting back into her relationship with her dad, trying to make things work. And he does feel like that he is neglecting Aunt Vi. I really, really, really hope, and I mean really, really hope, that they go back into the past and show us Aunt Vi and Prosper's relationship as far as when they were kids. I think that would be a great idea because they have a history, obviously. I mean, that's somebody that was, with her dad. Her brother, her brother. So I don't know. Their history is deep and we don't get to hear about it. So I would love to know more about Prosper, and I would love to know more about Aunt Vi relationship. So anyway, gave you a little preview of next week and what's going on as well, what happened in this week's episode. So this week should be crazy because right now Nova going to be getting thrown in jail. We got Ralph Angel, who may or may not be in trouble because of Theo. Okay, we got Hollywood trying to push off somebody, block off of him. Okay, it's just a whole mess. It's a whole mess. So stay tuned next time when we get into Queen Sugar and see what's going on in the Louisiana cane field. Baby, it is a mess. A storm is a brewing. A lot is about to happen. Until next time, thank you